I welcome you all to this video. And today in this video, we are going to discuss about the case statements. And case statements are very important. We use them time and again in day-to-day life. And you should be aware of it and you should know how to use it, right? So we will discuss about certain examples to see how case statements can be used. And this is a table that we are going to use. So products table is the table that we will be using in order to understand, in order to learn and study about the case statement. So this is a simple SQL code that I will be providing in the resource section. So you can simply execute this code and you should check that first of all sales database is selected. So I am creating the table in sales database. From here at the top, you can see sales database is already selected. If it is not selected, you can select it under the drop down. And then you can simply execute this piece of code that I will provide in the resource section. So I'll simply click on execute and you can see that a new table by the name products was created and the 10 records were basically inserted into this table. Now let's open a new query window. So I will simply click on new query and it will open a new query window for us. I will press enter twice. It brings us to line number 3. And now let's say I will run a simple select statement to see the data that we have created, because now we will be using it to understand the case statements. So we can write select star from products table. So we have products. And if I will now simply click on execute, so whatever is written on this query window will get executed. So you can see that this is the table that we have. At this table, we have certain columns like product ID, then we have the name of the product, then we have the category to which the product belongs to, then we have the price of the product, then we have stock quantity, then we have supplier, and then we have rating. So we will consider different conditions and cases through which we will try to understand that how case statements can be used. So let's say in this table, we are interested in adding one more column. And through that column, we want to categorize each one of the product in the category high, low, medium based on its price, right? So how we can achieve that? So in order to achieve that, we can use case statements. So first of all, I will write that example 1. And in example 1, we have to add a column. We need to add a column to categorize each product into categories high, medium, and low. Fine. So let's write the SQL code. So I will write select star because we want all the columns in the output and we want one more column, one additional column. So select star, it will give us all the columns which are already there in the table. And now we will be adding a new column using the case statement. So you'll just come to know that how we can write case statement. So before writing the case statement, we can simply first of all write select star from products. Now go back, press enter just before the from keyword. And now before the star, press enter. And now after star, comma, press enter, come to the next line. Now we will write the case statement. So we can write case. I'll press enter. I'll go to the next line and I'll press tab key and we will write when price. The moment you will type 2-3 characters, IntelliSense will show you that these are the columns that you can choose from. So we will choose price column. So case when price is greater than 500, then in that case, we want that the category should be, let's say, high. So we can write it in single quotes like this. So we have written case when price is greater than 500, then high. Now let's talk about the second category. So I'll press enter and I'll press shift enter. And now I will write when price is less than equal to 500 and price is greater than equal to 200. So then we want to place those products in the category medium So inside the single quotes, we can write like this, as you can see on the screen. And let's say since we have to create only 3 categories, so either the product will fall in this category, that is high, or the product will fall in this category, that is medium, or the remaining products will fall in the third category. So since the last category is remaining, so now we can use else. So now we will write in the first 2 statements. Here you can see we have written when, then again when, then. Now we will use else. So we will say else if these 2 conditions are not met, then in that case else will be executed. So we will say else in the single quotes low. So whatever remains will be categorized as low. And now I'll press enter and it will bring us to the next line. And I'll press backspace. And now we need to end the case statement that we have written. So we will have to write end here, E-N-D, end. And now you need to provide the name of the new column that is going to be created. So I'll be using as keyword after end in line number 13. And inside these square brackets, we can provide the alias name for the new column that will be added using this case statement. So let's name this column as high, medium, low. Let's say high/medium/low. If I will now execute the statement written from line number 7 to 14, so you will see that a new column has been added in the end that tells us that whether each product belongs to the category low, medium, or high, right? So how the case statement works? The case statement works in the same manner as that of if-else. So first of all, it will check this first part. That is, if the price is greater than 500, then category will be assigned high. And once the category is assigned as high, then in that case, it will not execute any other statement that is written here. Simply the case statement will end. Let's say if this condition, the first condition provided, is not true, then it will go to the second condition. And now it will check if the price is between 200 and 500. If it finds that yes, this condition is true for the given record, then this condition will be executed and case statement will end. And let's say if first 2 conditions are not true, then it will go to else, and then else will be executed, and then case statement will end. So this is the way or the manner in which case statements are executed. So here we have taken an example to understand that how case statements can be used. Now let's say here in this case, you can see in line number 12, we have provided the condition after else. What if we would not have provided this else condition? Then what would have happened? So we can simply copy this piece of code and we will see what happens. So Control R and it will hide the output section. I'll copy the code written from line 7 to 14 and I will press enter and I'll come to line 16 and let's in line 15 let's write some comments. So maybe we can write test, and now let's say we want to remove this else condition, and then let's see what happens and what is the difference in the output. So in else low was written, right? So if I will now execute the statement written from line 16 to 22, if I'll select it and if I'll execute it, so you will see that wherever low was written in the previous example, at all those places null is written. So if you will not provide the else condition, and if none of the conditions provided in the case statement are true, and if you have not provided the else part, so all the remaining records that would have been assigned some value according to the condition written in else would be assigned null values, like it happened in this case, right? So this is the thing that I wanted to tell you, and this was yet another example through which we tried to understand that how we can use case statements to add one more column, or to add a number of columns. You can add certain columns based on different conditions in the output, right? So you can use it in select like this. Now let's say there is one more condition, one more example, and as a part of that example, you just have to provide a priority to each one of the record present in the data set, and the priority has to be provided in such a way so that actually we had different categories, right? So if I'll execute the simple select statement first of all to see the data, so we can write select star from products. If I'll select this statement written in line 25 and if I'll execute it, so you can see that this is the data that we have. So here we have three distinct categories. We either have electronics, or we have furniture, or we have accessories. So let's say we want the data for electronics to be shown first, then we want the data to be furniture to be shown after that, and then we want the data to be shown for accessories in the end. So how we can achieve that? So it can be achieved by using the case statement in the order by clause. So let's take an example to understand that. So the question is that you have to prioritize, or you need to provide a priority to each one of the categories. So we can write provide priority to each category and sort the data according to that priority. So how this can be achieved? So we can achieve this by using the case statements. So first of all, we will press Control R, and now I'll scroll down and Control R. So this is the data that we have. We can write a simple select statement, and we can write select star from products. And then we can write order by. In the order by clause, we will write case statement. So we will write case, press enter, come to next line and press tab key. And now you can write case when category inside the brackets in single quotes, let's say electronics. So I'll copy it from here and I'll paste it here. So when category in electronics, then 1. So electronics will be put first. Then again, when category in, let's say furniture, copy and paste it here. Then 2. And then we can write else. So there is only one category that remains. So we can put it in else. So we can write else 3. So in that way, priorities were allotted to different categories. So electronics category was given priority 1, furniture was given priority 2, and remaining categories were given priority 3. So there is only one category that is remaining, and the category that remains is accessories. And now we can say order by in this way and press enter, backspace, and now you need to end the case statement. So you will have to write end, end. If we will now select the statement written in line 25 to 31, and if we'll execute it, you will see that data for electronics is being shown first, then data for furniture is being shown, and then data for accessories is being shown. So this is how we can use the case statements in the order by clause. We can write this statement in one more way without using the else condition. So Control R, it will hide the output. I will copy the statement written here from line 25 to 31. I'll copy it, press enter, and I'll come to line 33. I'll write a comment here. Maybe I'll write test, and then I'll come to line 35. I'll paste it here. And let's say we do not want to provide the else condition, and we know that there are 3 distinct categories only. So we can provide when condition only. So we can write when category is equal to, in the single quotes, we have the category as accessories. I'll copy it from here, Control R, let's paste it here, Control V, then 3. So it is also going to produce the same output. So if I will select the statement written from line 35 to 41, and if I'll execute it, so you will see that it's going to produce the same output, right? Electronics first, then furniture, and then accessories. So that's the point. Now let's take one more example to